Welcome to week 4 of Bellydance Intermediates with me, Lindsey Marie Silver, here at Little Egypt Studio in Scotland. In this session, we're going to really enjoy recapping on what we did with the learning of the piece previously. We're going to go deeper into that, explore that masculine and feminine polarity of energy within the music and within your own self and your own storytelling. We're going to enjoy looking at transitions as you switch feet within the Saidi combination. And then we're going to enjoy dancing, improvisational veil work within the feminine aspect of the piece. Now, I should mention, and I'm recording this introduction after the class, I did have a little bit of a technical issue at the beginning in that the focus actually wasn't set. Our classes are recorded here live, and we are live in class with members of our Patreon group. So my sincere apologies if it is slightly out of focus. Hopefully you can still get a really good overview of what we're doing within the piece. And don't worry, if there's anything that you missed, drop it in the comments and I will answer that for you in the next session. Thank you so much for being here. Enjoy. Coming into center, into alignment throughout your whole body. Making sure that your hips are in neutral. And that your chest is nice and open. Able to take a deep, nourishing breath in. Let's anchor through the low half, start to move through the upper half now. Into center, we're going to camel, lift, roll down. Lift, roll down. Lift, roll down. Lift, roll down. You could travel that if you want to. Nice. Into a hip circle. You can bring the hip out to the side, bring it back. All the way out to the other side. And bring it forwards. Really lengthening out. We're going to warm up through the whole body. We particularly want to warm up through the muscles of waist, through the belly, your abdominals, and through the back as well. A little bit faster here if you feel to. If you want to, you could slide that out to the side. Other side. And then we're going to work with the circle in the opposite direction. So you're going to take the hip out to the side, bring it back. Side, bring it forward, to the side, bring it back, to the side, bring it forward. Start to bring into that movement, that element of leveling. So you're going to use that extra bend of the knee to keep the hip line level. And you've got that anchoring technique going on. Slide out to the side. Other side, wing. Camel forward. You could add that gentle movement of hip. Bring it into center here. We're going to drop through one hip and then through the other. First, let's make that nice and smooth. Drop, drop. Drop. And then we're going to make it more staccato now as we start to drop through the hip. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. Drop 2, 3, 4. Nice. How's it feel? Let's go on with shoulders now. We're going to bring one shoulder forwards, one back. Forwards and back. Wow. Figure of 8, horizontal. So we're going to be utilizing the horizontal hip 8 in a moment. Let's refresh just briefly the technique of that. So we're in a neutral position. Hips are definitely tucked under. Feel that contraction through there. We're going to twist the hip forward, slide diagonal. Bring it all the way around, push out and round. And then you're going to bring it forwards on diagonal, twist round towards the back. Slide, twist, slide, and twist. Slide, twist, slide, twist. Remember that leveling technique? Using the knee. Slide, twist, slide, twist, slide, twist. And then we're going to use the arms. They're going to echo that movement. Wow! Beautiful! Okay, so with that gorgeousness as an opener, feeling truly warmed up and beginning to really let your creative juices flow. I could feel it, could definitely see it with those who are joining me here live. Like, wow, you're on fire tonight in this session, this morning as it is for Katie. Wowee. All right, so if you remember in the last session we learned that hip combination. We actually learned the first full sequence of this yearning piece. This really sacred, powerful storytelling that is the roots of belly dance. That is the origins of belly dance. It's feminine storytelling. Something that many people consider to be lost in modern day life. We tend not to live in a village setting anymore. We have our catch-up coffee and cake and our blethers, and that is beautiful. But there is something about really coming down into your body and expressing in community, in sisterhood with others. And it is so amazing now that we are actually able to do that, not just in a tiny little village setting, but let's utilize that to have a global conversation as women, as men, in that feminine energy that we used to so long ago. So that's very much what this piece is about. It's unity in diversity. It's you as you were, as you are now, and as you will be in your future, whatever you perceive that to be. And it's that for each of us. So let's have a little bit of a recap of that sequence that we did. So we came into the space, traveling very, very slowly and quite elegantly. We spoke about the stance that we held, nice open, graceful stance, but there was this internal dialogue with the head down. Then we traveled into the space and raised our hands, ready for that first doom. And on the first doom, you lift your gaze. Then we move into that combination through the hips. It raises at once into the chest and back down into the hips, into shimmy, and then we go into drop, lift, drop, drop, lift. As we go into that drop, lift, drop, drop, lift, although it's what I'm describing as a masculine energy that builds up, and you can really feel it as we go through, and we'll listen to that in this session so that you really, really, truly understand what I mean when I say that. And so, although it's the masculine part of that duality within the piece, it starts with quite a feminine flavor. So it's definitely there as a staccato drum beat to mark out. It's there, and the melody backs that up, but it's soft to begin with. So it's soft, so it's drop, lift, drop, drop, lift. So with that, there's no added muscular contractions to make it really sharp. You can think about flowing, fluid, feminine energy as you create that. Feel it within you. Think about times when you felt really soft and gooey and sensual and, you know, whatever femininity represents to you, however it shows up for you as an energetic flavor. So we had that. So we had drop, lift, drop, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, drop, lift. And then it changes to the other side. So what you're going to do is you're going to bring this foot, literally place the heel down, bring the toes in alignment with each other, and you're going to shift the hands gently to the other side at the same time as raising through the other heel. So if you're starting on your right, you've got 4 sets of that Saidi combination with the hip, and then you're gently turning to the other side in that your hands come from here to here. It's here, and then it's over to here. Quite simple, and with that is the changing of the feet. So let me show you here. Yes, I have leggings underneath. We're still in, you know, Scottish spring. So if we start on the right side with that drop, lift, then my right heel is raised. And then what we do is we literally transfer to the other side. So it's the raising and the lowering of the heel. Now, watch what happens to my height when I do that, though. We're here. It lifts and it lowers. Unless, that is, we bend through the knees to begin with, sit back and down into it, and then, oh my gosh, I'm a magician. Have a little bit of a play around with that yourself. So we're here. Yeah? Keep it as level as you possibly can. Imagine balancing a book, maybe like Women Who Run with the Wolves. Roz, I just got your message. Did yours arrive? I didn't manage to open it in time before class, but ooh, she's showing us the book. Okay. We are actually diving in with a Wild Woman book club. Oh my gosh, so excited about this. Join us on Patreon if you like the sounds of that. So anyway, imagine balancing a book or something like that on your head, and you don't want to drop that. And so you could imagine keeping that nice and steady, nice and still. So you're using the knees. You're also using a little bit of the anchoring technique. So upper abs, in between your shoulder blades, and the front and the back of your shoulders, you're using those for stability. So pelvic floor muscles are engaged, sit down into it, activate through your upper anchoring muscles. You can do a lot then without your height being changed, such as shifting one side to the other. So one side being your dominant side, drop, lift, drop, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, drop, lift. You're going to step across to the other side and shift your hands into the L-shaped arm at the other side. Now the arms in this piece, they are a strong frame, but they're not rigid. It's not here. We're not conducting, we're not doing Morse code. Is that Morse code? Or is that with smoke? What's the one with flags? Anyway, whatever it is, we're not doing that. It's not like really rigid. It is there as a strong vessel to contain the piece alongside that Saidi hip movement, but you can allow for a little bit of softening, particularly during the feminine aspect of the piece. Having said that, I don't want for you to start here and you're so busy focusing here that the arms creep down like this. Spaghetti arms. You want to still keep that there, so keep the energy flowing, really still keep that energy from belly, from the center of your being, all the way down, all the way up and out. So we're feeding energy and life into our arms and into our feet, the hips, whole being, whole being. Okay, so from here, we had 4 here, we had 4 here. So this continues throughout the piece until it changes to the straight up, all out feminine energy. And I'm gonna play this for you a moment and you'll hear and feel exactly what I mean. So with the feminine aspect of what we're doing, actually, let's run the first bit up to here first. How does that sound? Does that feel like a good plan? Yes, that feels nice. Let's run up to just the beginnings of this bit here. And what I want you to do is to feel into that Saidi in a feminine, although it's a masculine energy, feel into it in a soft, feminine, most feminine side of that, because all of us, all creatures, are both. So you're either got more of one and less of the other, this side or this side of the spectrum. So I want you to just feel into that and grow the movement more into masculine as you go, and in the ways that we discussed, so you can really start to squeeze through your glutes on the other side. So if I'm dropping this hip, you're going to squeeze through your glute on the other side. Have a little shot with me at that right now. So drop your right hip and just squeeze through your right glute, left glute, sorry. Drop your right hip, squeeze through the left glute. Squeeze, squeeze. It's more powerful, isn't it? Let's try the other side. We're here. Drop, 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 drop. All right, so let's have a little bit of fun rolling with that piece from off stage start to coming in and into sequence and into the Saidi combination. Oh, exciting. So exciting. Okay. 1 second. We are here. We are here. All right. So as soon as you hear the music starting, you can begin. So we're coming in that beautiful, you can use that figure of 8. I'm going to speak to you about that in a moment. We're coming in, really listening into the piece. Listen for it quickening, coming into center. Raise your arms, ready for the first doom, raise your head. And then you're going to tuck your tummy on the next one, get ready, and yes, and we're going to drop lift on the right. Tilt, drop lift left, taka ribcage, drop lift, and then tuck, drop lift, shimmy. Yes, amazing, amazing. So from here, oh, I've wandered off, but actually I wanted to carry on. Other side, drop, lift, drop, drop, lift. So it definitely has that masculine staccato other side, but feel the energy starting to build. Feel the tension starting to build. Feel the emotions starting to rise. Other side, drop, lift, drop, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, drop. Other side, drop, lift, drop, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, drop, lift, drop, lift. Now listen, here we go. So the melody on top becomes more prominent here than that drum beat. And then it changes. Drop, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, drop. Feel it growing. Other side. Drop, lift, drop, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, drop, lift. Nice. And so this is a way that the piece progresses throughout. So the movement, as we come into the feminine aspect, then I'm going to talk to you about this more in the next session, but what we're utilizing is a vertical figure of 8, and that energy is carried on by that serpentine arm, that fluid Egyptian arm. So it's right in here. So we're going to do a little bit more on that in the next session, but for now what I'd like to do is give you the opportunity to improvise to this piece of music with a veil, because I'm going to give you the option within this piece. You can improvise with the veil to sections of this piece as you dance it, and it's so beautiful, it's so stunning to merge the framework of choreography with the magic, the intimacy, the femininity of improvisational veil work. All right, so if you have a veil, you can grab it now. And so we're going to pop this on. And I want you just to feel what flows through you with this piece. So we can dance this from the beginning with the first section that we know. So you can maybe bring the veil in behind you or have it at the front of you, whichever you like. And you're going to travel in with that figure of 8 with the head lowered. So maybe having it behind you works for various aspects. It creates a nice aesthetic, but also it's kind of safer so you're not walking into the veil and perhaps there's a long trailing edge. Be careful of any long trailing edge. But within the piece, after we finished with all the hip combination into shimmy, I want just to do drop, lift, drop, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, drop, lift. Do 4 on that side, do 4 on that side. You could complete that sequence if you want to, and then when we come into the feminine aspect, you can begin to dance with the veil. But if you feel to do it sooner than that, I'll let you decide. Shall we have fun? Let's try that. Let's try that. So we're going to dance the entire piece. You can also utilize this towards the end of the piece. It's only a few minutes. You can utilize this piece as a cool down as well. I'm just going to check this note that's here. Somebody is letting me know that we're out of focus. Thank you so much. Gosh. Oh, man. Sorry about that. So here we go. So with the veil coming in. And hands into center, ready with the head. And then we're going to hip tilt, or tuck rather. Nice. Drop lift on the right side. Tuck, tilt. Other side, drop lift. Taka. Drop lift, tuck. Drop lift. Shimmy. Drop lift. Drop, drop, lift. Feel it building. Yes, nice. Woo! Strong. Get ready. Here we're going into feminine aspect. All right, let go on your own little adventure now. For the remainder of the piece, you can of course enjoy that Saidi staccato, very masculine, at any time, coming back into that. Get ready. It's huge. Drop, lift, drop, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, drop, lift. Nice. Feminine aspect. Feel the tension building. Coming into Saidi. Drop, lift, drop, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, drop, lift. Other side. Drop, lift, drop, drop, lift. And remember we spoke about the exit? Carry on, carry on, carry on. Wow. Wow. Oh my goodness, that was absolutely incredible. So you can begin to see and really feel that piece starting to take shape. Lovely to improvise the entire piece with the veil there. You'll have the option when it comes to dancing the piece whether you'd like to dance with a veil or not. You can dance with a veil, wearing the veil with it tucked in, as I am wearing this red one, and then bring it out at a certain point. We'll talk about that as well. And in the next session, we're going to go on and have a little bit more of a refining look at the framework of that feminine energy section. So we're going to look a bit more at that, and then I'm going to give you an actual breakdown of the music. We're going to look at that together so you've got more of an understanding of what's coming up next. Wow. Let's come into center, deep breath in. Come over towards one side. Framing all the way through, deep breath here, back to center, back to the other side, into center, wow. Here we're going to pivot out of our hips, big bend through your knees, gently coming down towards the ground if that's accessible for you. If you feel to, you could gently extend some of the way through your knees, walk your hands round towards one foot. This is a deeper lengthening for your waist, your back, all the way through to underneath your shoulder. Let's bring it back through center. And it's also gorgeous just to have that extra flow of oxygen to the brain. It's very resetting.
Deep breath here. As you breathe out, let's come back into center, gently unwinding. Use your glutes to bring you back upwards, unwinding through each vertebrae. Whee! Into center. Thank you for being here. Wow, wow, wow. If you're watching this on the replay on YouTube, thank you so much for being here. If you didn't subscribe already and you're enjoying this course, please feel free to hit subscribe, push some buttons, leave us a comment, let us know how you're enjoying the course. We would really love to connect with you. See you next time. Yay!